Hi everyone, it's Christy, and I'm going to give you a tutorial for learning to use Feedly. I really love Feedly, and when I love something I like to share it with other people, so I'm going to do my best to teach you to like it too. Also, be prepared for just rather scattered thoughts, because I did take some notes so that hopefully this will stay in order a little more, but my brain hops around really fast sometimes, and I hope you can follow along and it's not too crazy for you. Alright, here we go. Alright, the first thing I'd like to show you is how to add content, because if you're getting started with Feedly now, you'll need to start from scratch. Those of you who started with Google Reader and transferred to Feedly may have just pulled in all your feeds, which was super convenient. But if you're starting from scratch now, you'll need to start by adding in all your content. So that means any blog that you want to subscribe to via Feedly is you'll need to put that subscription here into Feedly, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. If you're starting from scratch, I think that over here on the right side of the page you'll see a little space, sort of like the search article space, and then a small magnifying glass. I'm sorry, I don't remember, but I think it'll be pretty easy to find. However, if you have Feedly set up and we're just adding content, come over here to the left side of the page and click on Add Content. Okay, so I'm going to show you two different ways to do this. The first way is to pull up the blog, and I have my friend Jolene's blog pulled up over here on an extra tab. And so what we're going to do is just copy the URL and paste it into our Add Content. If you like keyboard shortcuts, the keyboard shortcut for copy is Control-C. So that's what I did right here. And then I come over here to Add Content, click on here and do Control-V or paste it into the space. And then hers immediately popped up here. Right here is her, right here is her blog, and so I can click on that. Sometimes, if you can see, let me see if this will focus, there's a backslash at the end of her, at the end of the address here. Sometimes when there's a backslash there, it does not actually pull up the blog here, but if you hit backspace, then the blog will normally pop up, and I do not know why it does that, but that's just a simple little thing you can do. If it's not pulling up the blog, then just hit backspace, get rid of that extra backslash, and it should pull it up. Okay, so it pulled it up here, so I'm going to click on her blog here, and then it brings up the feed on this side, and then I say right here, add to Feedly. Then it pops up this box, and again, I'm already somewhat established here, so I have a number of categories, but I'm going to choose one for her, and she is going to fit in the Friends category for me. So I'm going to check Friends, and you can check as many categories or as few as you want. So I have one under Parenting. I'm trying to think where she would fit in. She sometimes does do-it-yourself posts, so she could fit under Decor. She could fit under Inspirational. She could fit under Friends. So I could check any of those, but my way of categorizing is pretty simple and straightforward. I like to keep it with just one category. So I'm only going to put her in Friends. And then I come down to the bottom of the page and hit Add. And there we go. I'm subscribed to her now. Okay, now to let's see, let me subscribe to another one. Sometimes with lesser known or more well-known blogs, you can just start typing in the address and it will pop right up, and lesser known blogs are not as likely to do that, so that's why I tend to just copy and paste rather spend the time trying. And also, I'll just mention this since I see it here. Here along this side are all types of categories. You can click around on there and see if you find other blogs that you like, or you can just search for a topic, whatever you. Okay, so now I used to follow a blog called Simple Mom, and I unsubscribed a while ago when I was just too snowed under with too many blogs, but I was thinking about her the other day, so I'll subscribe again for a while and we'll see here. So I'm going to just start typing in Simple Mom. Okay, I can't really hold this. Okay, here we go. So it popped up a bunch of search results over here. There's a Simple Dollar, Simple Mom, and then several more, but Simple Mom is the one that I want, so I'm going to click on that. Okay, again, I come up here to add to my Feedly, and then I don't even remember. I more remember her as the like being in the green category of things, which is why I liked her, but I don't really have a category for that right now, so I'm just going to put it under parenting, and I'll figure it out later. Okay, so again, click add. Alright, so again, she is added. If I would decide just now that I want to change the category, I can click edit. You can do this at any time. Click edit and then come down and change the category here, but I'm actually fine with that, so I'm going to just cancel this. Also, this is how you remove a blog. If you are subscribed to any blog, just click on the name of the blog and then come up here and say remove, and you can be unsubscribed. Simple as that. On the main page there is a link called keyboard shortcuts. I just learned about this, so I don't have them all memorized, but GH is the keyboard shortcut to go to the main page. They have other shortcuts. I'll pull it up here. Here are a few, and you can look at these yourself, but there's mark all as read, saved article, refresh, tons of things like that. Alright, so here we are on the home page again, and this is a thing that I love about Feedly. So we can change the look of our page with just a simple click. So up here in the top right hand corner, you can click on this icon, which will give you a very simple feed. And what this does, right now it's showing all of my feeds, so it has tons of feeds. Every single article is listed in the order that it was posted with the most recent. Like this top post was done 32 minutes ago, and then 36 minutes ago, an hour ago, an hour ago, an hour ago. So if you want to quickly scan through and just hop down to whichever one you're looking at, this is a quick way to do that. And the next view is called Magazine View, which is also pretty quick to view it, view all the articles, but you see a picture, and this is what I use most of the time because I'm pretty visual. So it gives me, I don't know, just even scanning through, I can quickly see which ones. I am subscribed to a few couponing blogs, and they post so often. So if I just scrolling down through here quickly, I can immediately see that this post here is one that's done from one of my friends, because you can just see it has a more personal look to it, so I would probably quickly click to there. Okay, or this is called, the one all the way on the right is called the Cards View, and this is even prettier if you like this, but it takes more space, so obviously if you're in a hurry you don't want to use this, but it looks good. Okay, and you can use these customizations for your home page or for any of your categories. So over here on the right side at the top I have favorites, then I have friends, and let's see what else. I have a homeschool section, inspirational, parenting, photography. So I can customize any of these categories with the same look. So I could customize inspirational, which I did, as having the magazine look, but then when I come to the couponing category, let me find that one, I use this look because it's a lot faster to scan through. I don't read a fraction, well, I do read only a small fraction of these blogs, so like anytime I see the word free at the beginning, I probably am going to look at those. Hey, so I was going through the videos and I noticed that my battery died earlier than what I realized it did, so I was in the middle of talking about marking things as read and didn't notice that it had already died. So I'm going to go over that part again. Alright, currently I am clicked on the homeschool category. I only have 4 or so blogs in this category at this time. So let's say I'm on the Plain Professors and I read this post, and then I look over the rest of the posts. They're not relevant for me right now. And I went to mark all the posts on this blog as read. I can either come to the top of the page and click this little check mark right here to show that all the posts on this blog are read, or at the bottom of the page, which is typically more convenient if you're scrolling, you can click mark as read, and all the posts on that blog will be marked as read, and it will jump to the next blog in that category. Now, let's say that for this time, I want to mark all of the posts on all the blogs in this category of homeschool as read. I can come click on homeschool and then click the check mark, and they will all be marked as read. It's a very quick way. One other thing that I failed to mention is let's say that we are, I click on a blog, okay, I start reading it, I get into the middle of it, and I see that I want to spend more time on it later. It's not something that I'm going to put into save for later because I'm not using it as a reference or something I want to reread often, but I do want to reread it later this afternoon or tomorrow. I can click up here at the top and say keep as unread, and then it will be there new and unread later. Okay, my battery died there, so I'm trying to remember where I was. I was talking about marking feeds as read. Okay, so I was saying that the category was completely marked as read. So, and also you'll see here on the side category under cheap that there are no unread posts. If you look down in the next one, okay, let's come down here to the favorites. So here it will show you that in the favorites category I have 30 posts that are unread. Hope with Feathers has 1 post. I Heart Organizing has 15. Modern Parents Messy Kids has 14 posts that I have not read. Alright, so let's go under the Friends category. And again, my blogs that have unread posts are posted over here on the right side of the page. So I can see any of them. I can click around on any of these. Okay, so let's go to Elizabeth Marie's. She has 5, and I'll show you about marking one single blog as read. So here's her post, and let's say I read this, which I didn't, so I want to come back and read it later, but just for the purpose of showing you this. So let's say I come through here, scan, 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 and then I don't have much time, and so I'm just going to skip these 2 for now and do this one, and I read this one, and then I come down to the bottom, and again, at any time I can come up to the top right of the page and click the check mark. That would mark this entire blog as read. Or at the bottom, I can mark this check mark as read, and this blog is now marked as read. So I'm not going to see it over here on the right side. I will see it in this column, but it shows right here that it does not have any posts that are read. This column only shows you blogs that have posts that you have not read. Alright, so here's what I thought was pretty awesome. So let's say I click on the Friends category. So this is showing any recent blog posts from any of my friends. So if I come up here in Settings and say Full Articles, then all of your friends' blog posts, the entire post, is going to be posted right here, all in a row, same as what your Xanga blog reader was like. I can't remember what it was called, but anyway. Except for, like, here's somebody who doesn't actually show their whole post in the feeder, or whatever. What am I saying? I don't know. Feeder, that's not a word. So anyway, you're going to have to click onto her blog in order to continue reading. But for someone who does post the entire feed, it is right here, and you can just scan through just like you used to do. So I think that is pretty awesome. Anita, you had a question on seeing older feeds, older blog posts. Sorry, I'm just like saying words now and I don't even know what they're really supposed to be called. But anyway, older blog posts, then only you didn't want to only see the unread ones. You couldn't go back months. So I'm going to go click onto Michelle's blog and then say under Settings, I'm going to uncheck the filter that says unread only so that all of her feeds will show. And so then we'll come this way. Let me see. If I click this view, it came back all the way to here, and I may be wrong. That might not be showing all of them. Okay, I'm pretty sure I had found a way that it went all the way back to the beginning. I had told you that I'd show you where you can see the posts that you saved for later. And, I use that so seldomly that I don't remember. Okay, here, it's all the way at the top of my Feedly. If you say saved for later, it will show you blog posts that you thought you might want to look at again later. Okay, under my Feedly, say personalize. You can come over here. These are all of my categories with the blogs I'm subscribed to under those categories listed in categories. Okay, one thing I could do here is move my categories around, I believe. Yep, here we go. Like I can put parenting up here closer to the top. And Atlanta, I'm not really subscribed to good posts here. I'm going to move it to the bottom. It doesn't really make much of a difference to me, but it would if you put, you know what, I'm going to guess, since I have cheap at the top, it's part of the reason it always shows up at the top. So maybe if we put it down here, it won't as much, and I could put my favorites up there. Over in Friends, I'm going to click on this blog, and like I said, she does not, she wants you to click over onto her website, so she only has a little teaser here, and then it says continue to website. So because of that, I'm going to set the settings here that whenever I am actually visiting her blog, it's just going to open directly to her blog, which I just now see that I have set as that. So if I click on this post, okay, let me show you on another one. So if I go over to Frame of Mind, I must have her set to show the whole post. Let me see here. Yeah, I do. So I'm going to say I want her set as being like a magazine. Ah, what a pig. Okay, so let's say I want to look at this post. I click on it, and then I can read the whole post. Ooh, this book is on my wish list. I would love that. I love the look of it. Okay, hopping around here. So coming back to Confessions, what happens on this blog is in my settings, I checked that it would open directly to her website. So then when I click on the title, instead of showing me the post, because it won't anyway, it'll only show me an excerpt. When I click on the post, it's going to directly move on over to her blog, which it's doing now, but it's just taking a little while loading. It just saves me a couple of seconds, because then instead of doing 2 clicks, then boom, it's clicked over onto her blog and I'm good. Oh, one other thing while I had the camera off that I was noticing again. So I did move some of my categories around. So if I click up here, if we can see what I'm doing, I'm moving a category, except I don't actually want to move it, so I'm going to leave it. But I also noticed that I can just click a single blog like this, and I could move it over here into favorites or parenting or wherever. So that's an easy way to move around your blogs too, if you don't want to go over and click up the categories and whatever. If I go back to my home page or GH and I say personalize, if I click this little pencil or edit comment, that is also how I would rename the category. So if I click in there, it brings up this box and I can type up a new name. It says favorites. I could change it to something else, and there we go. Alright, I think that is kind of it for right now. So I really hope that this was helpful in some way, and I think that's it. Alright.